Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Erudispace. I am Dr. Mohanty, and today we will discuss a very interesting topic, that is your valve timing diagram. So all of us know that when it comes to your four-stroke cycle engine, be it your spark ignition engine or compression ignition engine, the cycle is completed in 4 strokes or 2 revolutions of the crankshaft. And as far as the valves are concerned, the valves are always opened and closed at dead centers. So you can see the theoretical diagram. The inlet valve is opened at 0 degree crank angle and is closed at 180 degree crank angle. So it is opened at a dead center and is closed at a dead center. And similarly, when it comes to your exhaust valve, the exhaust valve is actually opened at 540 degree and is closed at 720 degree. That means it is opened at bottom dead center and is closed at top dead center. So theoretically, there is no overlap of both the valves. That means during the compression and your expansion stroke, both the valves are in closed position. But in actual case, this never happens. You can see the actual valve timing diagram of both the low speed as well as the high speed engine. In this case, you can see that the valves are always opened before the dead center and they are closed after the dead center. So whether you consider the inlet valve as well as the exhaust valve, that is happening in both the cases. Of course, there are variations in angles when you compare the low speed engine with that of high speed engine. That also we'll discuss. But one thing is sure, the valves are actually opened and closed before and after the dead centers. And there are 2 factors for which the valves are not opened and closed at dead centers. These factors are your mechanical factors and your dynamic factors. Let us discuss the mechanical and dynamic factors one by one. All of us know that the valves are actually operated by the cam mechanisms, and usually we use the puppet type valve, which is also known as your mushroom type valve. It is very, very important that the clearance between the cam, the tappet and the valve must be slowly taken off and the valve lifted slowly. This is important to reduce noise as well as wear. For the same reason, the valves cannot be closed instantaneously. Otherwise, it will bounce on the seat. So for that reason, the valves do take some amount of time in opening and closing. Now, coming to the dynamic factor, all of us know that the operation of valves has a very important bearing on the volumetric efficiency. And our objective is to increase the volumetric efficiency, because smooth admission of the charge or air, as the case may be, into the system and smooth exhaust of the bonfire airfoil mixture are very, very important factors in improving the performance of the internal combustion engines. So, while discussing the mechanical factor, I have told you that instantaneous opening of the valves is not possible. So always the inlet valve is open few degrees before the dead center, so that by the time it reaches the top dead center position, it will be in completely open position. And if you start the opening of the inlet valve at the TDC, by the time it is completely opened, it would have covered some angle. So you will not have full scale admission of the charge. And you do have different angles for low speed and high speed engine. And this is due to the fact that when it comes to the high speed engine, the movement is very fast. So for that reason, some more angle is to be given so that it will compensate for the high speed. And by the time it reaches the TDC, it will be completely in open position. Now, you can see the inlet valve is closed few degrees after the dead center, both in case of low speed engine as well as high speed engine. Why this is happening? Because due to inertia, even after the suction stroke, during the compression stroke also, the charge or the air, as the case may be admitted in the system due to inertia. So for that reason, to take the advantage of this factor, it is open few degrees after the BDC, both in case of low speed engine as well as high speed engine. But there is a limit to this, because if you extend it by some more angle, then there is every probability there will be backflow of the charge or the air, as the case may be, through the intake manifold. In this case also, there are variations in angles, because in case of the low speed engine, the inertia is comparatively lower due to the low speed, whereas in case of high speed engine, the inertia will be higher. So for that reason, you can see the variation in angles. The same is true about the exhaust valve also. The exhaust valves in both the cases are opened few degrees before the bottom dead center. Why it is done? Because if it is opened few degrees before the bottom dead center, by the time it reaches the BDC, it would be in completely open position. Similarly, if it is not opened before the bottom dead center position, we will face another difficulty. Due to very high pressure that is being generated, we have to do more work in expelling the burnt airfoil mixture through the exhaust manifold. So for that reason, it is opened few degrees before the BDC, both in case of low speed as well as high speed engines. Due to this, we do lose some amount of work output, but that is fully justified. And similarly, the closure takes place few degrees after the TDC, because even if you close the valves at the TDC, by the time it is completely closed, it would have covered some angle. So both in case of low speed engine as well as high speed engine, there is a period in which both the suction or the inlet valve and your exhaust valves are in open position. This is known as your valve overlap, which is not being observed in case of theoretical diagram. So I sincerely believe that today's lecture on valve timing diagram would be extremely useful for all of you. If you have any doubt related to this, please do put questions so that I will try to answer. If you have not subscribed to my channel till now, I would request you to subscribe to my channel and share this video with your Friends, hope to see you soon for another lecture on my YouTube channel Erudispace. Thank you.